Spec Ops The Line. Spec Ops The Line is a deep action game dealing with military. I beat this game a couple years ago, and this is probably one of the best like action games I played dealing with like military or covert ops type stuff. Those of you have played it, you guys know about that crazy ending, and I saw it coming. But this is an amazing game. It's made by the same people that made Jaeger. If you played that on the Xbox, they did a really good job on this game. I don't think it really caught on, but still a really good game. You see this at GameStop or this on the cheap anywhere. I think it goes for like maybe $5. Next game here is Sonic AllStars Racing's Transform. This is pretty much my favorite racing kart game of all time. They just did a really good job on this game. It's made by Sumo Digital. If you guys don't know who they are, they're the same people who made the Outrun Coast to Coast games and Outrun 2. This game is just so awesome. The Sonic Team Racing that came out after this just wasn't that great, but this one is really on point. You pretty much in this game, the courses change while you're driving through them, so they'll be different. Like by the time you get to the second, third lap, and sometimes a bridge will break away, and next thing you know, your car turns into a boat or it turns into a plane. You start flying through the levels. It's really a lot of fun. Game is still online. I played with a friend. I actually played the Vita version with an old friend like a few months ago, and it was still working. So the online, I'm pretty sure, is still working with this game, but definitely try to catch a couple games with this online. It's a lot of fun. Next game we have here is Star Ocean, Last Hope International. Very good game. And I forgot to mention that the first two games I showed, they are on other systems, 360 and Wii U and Xbox 360. But anyways, Star Ocean, Last Hope, a very good Star Ocean game. It's actually a prequel to the series, so you can actually start this game as your first Star Ocean game. They brought back the four-player action. So with the third game, they actually made it like 3. You could only use 3 characters at a time. This one brings it back to 4. So really, really fun game. Had a good time with it. The last boss was a big surprise to me in this game. Those of you that beat it know what I'm talking about. But this game is really cheap at GameStop right now. But if you can't find it at GameStop, it should be cheap online as well. But these games are stuff to look for while they're still in stores, because once they're out of storage, usually, then people will start jacking the prices up, and that's where like a lot of people have a problem or whatnot. So I just want to kind of bring this to your attention before GameStop actually clears these out. Next game here, Deus Ex, Human Revolution. I bought this game originally back when it first came out and didn't play it until almost like a year later because I was trying to catch up on other games. And when I did play this, I had a great time with it. Adam Jensen, he's not your usual hero. He's got some scars, I'll say that. And you guys know what I'm talking about in the intro. But it's definitely one of the games I would say they're probably not going to remake it for another generation, so it'll probably be exclusive to this to the 7th generation pretty much. But those of you who have played it, this game is like $3 at GameStop right now, and sometimes you can even find it with the overlay sleeve on it. So definitely check that one out. Next I want to bring up here the Fear series. Fear, my favorite one. Fear 2 is awesome. I mean, I got to give it up for Fear 2. Fear 2 was crazy. Fear 3, fantastic game as well. Actually has a co-op mode in it, which a lot of people, me and my buddy Marcus, played together. And then of course Fear 1, but Fear 1, honestly, on the PS3, I wouldn't recommend it. I would tell you get the Xbox 360 version if you're going for console versions. But definitely the Fear series is something you might want to get right now while it's still at the GameStop stores. I mean, when it comes to Fear, I mean, this game is like probably one of the first, next to Urban Chaos Riot Response, this is probably one of my favorite first-person shooters out there, because not only is the first, well, I would just say it's scary. It's kind of like, I won't say survival horror because you have plenty of ammunition, but definitely a game I think you should take a look at. And these red cases, I put them in red cases because they're horror games, so I figured, they'd be uniform like that. Next here, I would say is kind of hidden. A lot of people don't know these exist. Survival horror games, the Saw series, also available on 360. I'll try to keep up and let you guys know that the games are available on other systems, but pretty much you guys will know just by seeing them. But Saw and Saw 2, definitely survival horror games that kind of, I think they're actually canon to the movies too. But I would say Jigsaw's back and he's harassing somebody else, and there's a lot of traps, and these traps are insane. I would say more so in the second game. The first game's traps are crazy too, but the second game is insane. This one's getting a little bit harder to come by, but if you can find it at GameStop, you're paying $15 for it, and this one I believe like $10. So these are things to look out for before they get cleared out. Next game here, SplatterHouse. A lot of people don't know that SplatterHouse comes with 4 games on it pretty much. You get the remake SplatterHouse, and you also get the 3 original games. So you get the arcade version of SplatterHouse 1, you get the 2 Genesis games, SplatterHouse 2 and 3, and all in one neat package. So you're getting 4 games going. I believe you have to unlock the other 3 games, but I can't remember how. If you buy the game brand new, I think it will come with a code to unlock them immediately. But just to let you know, this is a gem to get out there. And if you find it at GameStop right now, it's like a $15 game. Cheaper on 360. It's like $5 on 360. Alpha Protocol, what is it? The espionage RPG. Yeah, this game is, I would totally call this a hidden gem. I never hear anybody talking about this game. This game has been cheap for a long time. Unfortunately, it didn't sell well. You guys know that Sega is a great third-party publisher. They put heart into their games. Another game they did, Binary Domain, which I should have put in this video. But if you guys want me to do another video like this, I'll probably add it to that video. But this, I won't say too much about this one because I haven't got that far in it. But it felt like with the choices you get to do in this game, it had that like a Mass Effect feel in it, you know. Now hopefully the ending will mean something instead of like our Mass Effect. Well, I don't even want to go into all that. But Alpha Protocol, this game, it goes for like $3 at GameStop, probably the same price for the 360 version as well. Give this one a look at and let me know what you think about it in the comments. Now this game, I don't think it'll ever be remade again. This is Lollipop Chainsaw. You know, Lollipop Chainsaw is a really cool game. I didn't think much of it when I first saw it, but when I saw it, I said, "Wow, man! These are the type of games that they took a chance with." You know, you won't see these type of games these days, at least in a physical format, like right off at least. But you could tell they put a lot of heart into this game. They really took a chance with this one, and I don't know if it paid off for them or not. But definitely, I would say this is a gem for people to check out if you wanted like an action beat 'em up type game with a lot of humor in it, pretty funny stuff, good voice acting and all that stuff. Check out Lollipop Chainsaw. All right, so fighting games. You guys know I like my fighting games. This new generation of kids or millennials, they now they have another category for certain fighters. So we have, back when I was young, it was like 2D and 3D fighters. Now they have like what they call anime fighters. I'm like, okay. So I guess this is what you call anime fighter. This is Arcana Heart 3 Love Max. And if you find this at GameStop, you can find this this is $5 game. Very good beat 'em up. Well, I was about to say beat 'em up game, but it's a very good versus fighting game. Lots of good animations and all that stuff. I have all 3 games. The 3rd game was only released on the PS3 and 360, so like I said, if you want to check those ones out, but it's definitely a good fighting game on the system. Wait a minute, hold on, let's take that back. The 360 version is import only. Now that I'm thinking about it, or yeah. But anyway, sorry guys. $5 if you find it at GameStop. You know, definitely one you guys to check out. I like this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. Now we're going back to Raccoon City, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but we got Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I thought this game was awesome. I had a great time with it. My only problem with this game was, and it's not a problem that people bring up with it, is that they cut out a lot of I would say the Spec Ops team. They cut them out and made them DLC when they could have had them on the game to make the game feel more full-fledged or whatnot. But I guess they were under orders by Capcom. The developer, Six Flag, was it? What are they called? Not Six Flag. Dang, they make them put their logo on here really small so you can't even see it. That's horrible. Slant 6, the same people who made, I think it's Slant, that's what it says. The same people made SOCOM, the SOCOM, first SOCOM game for PS3. But anyways, it's another take, a way to look at Raccoon City. Raccoon City, I would say good looking city, but it's all like messed up by the time you play this game. But it's a good way to kind of explore the city pretty much. Yeah, basically you're playing as an umbrella team that's trying to get the G-Vibers pretty much from Birkin, which is the scientist. And it's an alternate version of that, like another story or whatever. But the big gimmick with this game was that you could kill Leon, like kill Leon Kidney, or let him live or whatever like that. So everybody's like, you could kill him in this game? How do you do that? So towards the end of the game, you get a choice whether you want to kill him or not. And usually your team will be decided, like they'll be undecided on it. So once some team of your members will feel like you should kill him, some will not. And then you go up against each other in a final battle, which is pretty crazy. But I had a lot of fun with this game. 4-player, cooperative online. Still online. I still actually play this online. I'm trying to get my buddy Kyle to play this with me. But definitely, I'd say pick this one up. It's like I think it's like a $5 game at GameStop as well. But let me know what you guys think of this one. I think it's worthy. I know a lot of people are like, what the hell is he picking that one up for? But I like this game a lot. This game is another one that I say is a gem that a lot of people don't know about. Now that Ninja Theory has been bought out, pretty much they're working for Microsoft only now. I want to show you some of their games that were on the PS3 and 360. So this is Enslaved Odyssey to the West. So this game, I think this was their game that they made after they did Heavenly Sword. And Heavenly Sword, man, that went through development hell. Luckily, we got that game, and they were able to make this one. This game like pulled me in. I took a chance on it, and you pretty much play as this guy. His name is Monkey, and this girl, man, I was so pissed at her in the beginning game. She enslaves him, and like she wants him to help her get to her destination. And if he tries to take off the helmet that she puts on him, that it'll kill him or whatnot. So it's like you're already mad at this girl in the beginning, but you know, later on in the game you start to like, okay, she's a cool character or whatnot. But man, as soon as you start this game, you're enslaved, and you gotta like help this girl out, which sucks for him because he just wants to get out of there. But it is a really good game. This is one of those games I was kind of sad that it ended, you know, because I was like, you know, I was really wanting to discover more about the characters, and the ending was kind of weird too. But definitely a really cool game that you can find on the cheap at GameStop right now. Whoa, I almost dropped my mic here. You guys, this is enough said about Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 is a must-have. I consider this the best Max Payne game in the series. It's not my favorite. My favorite is Part 2, but this is the best game in the series. Rockstar just really went all out with this one. I actually think it's still online to some point. People were playing this online like crazy, but I don't think this will get ported to anything else. No, we're not getting no Max Payne 4. He's been through enough. But definitely check this one out. This is like $5 game, and it's unbelievable. This $5. Rockstar, you know, put a lot of love into this one, and this game is amazing. I know it already came out with the anniversary edition for this game, and I picked up the anniversary edition as well. And I feel like it's kind of hinting towards something. I'll go into that a little bit. Vanquished for the PS3 and 360. I know I'm not letting you guys know what all the games are, what systems they're on, because I'm kind of forgetting. But like I said, it's up to you to look up that information and all that stuff. But Vanquished on PS3. Took a chance on this game. It did not let me down. As soon as I started playing it, I ended up beating it. I think I beat it like within the first 2 days of finally playing it. And this game is amazing. I mean, it just shows like it feels like, I don't want to compare it to Gears of War, but if Gears of War, if there was like a futuristic Gears of War and you had this crazy suit that you could do all these crazy slides on and all these stunts on with, I mean, I guess this game would be it. But they did a great job on this game, and I feel like they're kind of like seeing if people are interested in the sequel with the anniversary edition that came out for it. So, but anyways, if you find this at GameStop, I think it goes for around maybe $10 at the most. I might be wrong about that. Might be $12. I don't know, but it's definitely worth picking up, guys. Like I said, it's the original hard system it was made for, and the 360 as well. Vanquish is a game that's on point. Lost Planet 3, the game out of those. I would have added the other Lost Planets games in here, but I didn't really like them that much like I like this one. But this is one of those games that didn't really sell well. And if you pick it up at GameStop, it's like $5. So it's definitely worth getting. I don't think they're going to remake this one on any other platform. And of course, we have the Castlevania series here, Lords of Shadow. Lords of Shadow is very different with gameplay, of course, and the way they tell the story about the characters, but I thought they did a good job with it. The soundtrack is one of the things that stands out to me the most. But the problem with this game that a lot of people had is that they compared it to God of War, and a lot of people always have to compare stuff, and I do it too. And you know, it's hard not to sometimes, especially when a game strays away from the original formula they were using. But Castlevania Lords of Shadow, I thought they did a good job with it. They had a high budget for it. They got like a lot of talented voice actors in it. Patrick Stewart was on there. He did a great job as, what was the other character, that guy's name? Zobel, I think Bell. I can't remember. But anyways, these games are amazing, and right now they're widely available at retail stores like GameStop or whatnot, and you could get them on the cheap there, because like I said, like the reason I'm bringing up GameStop so much is because, you know, they have their sales, like buy 2 get 2 free and all that stuff. And that's the time where you guys need to go and hunt this stuff out, you know, especially if you want a game on the cheap or whatnot. All right, we're down to my last stack here. All right. I didn't put the other 2 in here, but the Dead Space series, Dead Space 3. I'm showing this one. I know this one's everybody's least favorite. This one is a good game too. It could have been better if EA didn't have all the microtransactions in it. But if you see a Dead Space game at the GameStop store, they're usually between $5 to $10. So you could get the whole series right now on the cheap. And Dead Space 3 I bring up because it has co-op in there. You can play with people online. I'm trying to get my friends to play with me online with this one. This one is a lot of fun, and it's just. I just love the Dead Space series. It's a series that I'm sad that they're not like making anymore, especially with the team disbanding pretty much. But that's what happens when you get that publisher that gives you that money. They take over your IP and then you can't really do nothing with it. You know, if it doesn't make enough money for them, then they just cut it off. And now this is a dead series, no pun intended. But anyways, check this one out. A good survival horror game. I would play them in order, of course, first one, second one, and third one. But one thing I did like about the third one is exploration, like especially when you're out in space. I was like, oh man, that part was so cool. All right, I have one 360 game here. Oops, Magna Carta Part 2. I beat Magna Carta 1 for the PS2 years ago, and that game has some touching moments in it, man. I really did. Amazing game. Well, I won't say amazing because, you know, it was frustrating too. I was like, dude, like. With certain parts in the battle, I was like, dude, come on. And I think that it looked like the main character was wearing a thong, which I guess that was part of the art style or whatever. But Magna Carta 2 seems like it's definitely a stronger game. I got a little bit far in this one, and I was really enjoying it. Game really kind of pulls you in with the characters. It's only available for the 360. And like I said, I don't think it goes for much online. I haven't looked it up online. But at GameStop, I think I saw this going for like $10 or $15. And, you know, is it a 2-disc game? Yes, it is a 2-disc game. But seriously, like I was saying, now's the time to like look this stuff up because, like I said, the problem with people is that once stores like GameStop clears this stuff out, like they don't want to carry in the store, then, you know, people, secondhand stores, resellers, they can charge what they want for it, and that's what people have a problem with. They get mad like if they feel like someone's charging too much, and, you know, and all that stuff. So now is the time, guys. I'm gonna keep repeating that. All right, here. So we're down to the last 3 games, and I want to say this one, American McGee's Alice Returns. If you pick this game up for 360 or the PS3, I believe you could download for free the first game on here. So you pretty much get 2 games in one in a way. Definitely something I want to pick up. I mean, I would recommend. You guys know how I feel about the American McGee Alice series. I did a video about all the merchandise I had for it a couple years ago, and I really liked this game. It didn't have too many boss battles in it. It seemed like it was unfinished in a way to certain points where you should fight a boss and then you didn't fight a boss. But still, a really good game. Hopefully, they get the third game funded, the Outlands or whatnot. Definitely follow American McGee on his YouTube channel and everything, because he gives out all kind of good information about the project and everything like that. So, yeah, American McGee's Alice Returns. Last 2 games here are fighting games. So I want to say the first one here is Under Night in Birth. Under Night in Birth is a really good game. They actually put it out on the PS4, and it's not really a sequel. They just updated the characters and whatnot like that. But you can still get this one. It's at GameStop too. It's like cheap. It's like almost like, I think it's like $7 there. And even online it's going for cheap. But this is a really good game. And I feel like it's just like one of those games that gets overlooked. I mean, overlooked pretty much. No one's like really knowing about it. So I just want to bring it up on this video, let you guys know about this game, Under Night in Birth. It's worth getting the PS3 version. You can get this over the other versions, because all they do is all those versions is add like extra characters. Like I think they only added two characters to the other versions or whatnot. So like I said, very good game. I still play this to this day. A lot of fun. And the last game here is Persona 4 Arena, a really good fighting game. This is probably the only Persona games I own now. I sold all my Persona games from before, but I kept the fighting games. And Arc Systems did a really good job on animation for these games. They're a lot of fun. I don't know how the fighting game community feels about the games I've shown in this video, like if they're tournament worthy, but I don't really play fighting games for the tournament level. I just play for like casual fun. Like I'm able to do a little combo with super move or whatnot like that. I'm pretty happy or whatnot. And, you know, if the game has an arcade mode, a little ending to reward you for your trouble, I like that kind of stuff. I don't even think Street Fighter V had an arcade mode when it first came out. It was like bare bones. We are going with GhostSquad. Oops, sorry, I didn't hold it up. Thought I was in the center. But anyways, GhostSquad for the Wii. Of course, you guys know Sega is an awesome publisher. They're actually one of the best out there. And this is one of their old rail shooter arcade games. And pretty much like if you know games like Time Crisis or whatnot like that, GhostSquad will be right up your alley. A lot of fun, arcadey fun, I would say. And just meant to be like one of those games that just really get you in some action real fast, you know, and everything like that. So you can find this game usually for around, like, I think at GameStop, I think it was going for like $3 or something like that. But I know it's under $10, so definitely something you might want to try to pick up if you're interested in the footage you're seeing here. But like I said, when you see a Sega game out there, usually give it a look, man, because Sega puts a lot of love into their games. No joke. All right, so next game here, we have Target Terror for the Wii. This game is really difficult to find at GameStop, but if you do find it there, it usually goes, at this time of this video, it's usually going for like under $5. And as you can see on the cover, you know, like you're going against terrorists. It's funny in this game because pretty much like all the terrorists like in this game that you go against look like just regular American people on the street. It's hilarious. But it's another rail shooter game. Definitely something I think you guys might want to take a look at. It's hilarious. It's just, they don't make games like this anymore, at least that I'm not noticing. But anyways, Target Terror for the Wii. Give it a go. All right. Next up here is Zack and Wiki. This is a point and click game for the Wii. Capcom published it, and I think they did a good job like picking up the rights for this game, because this game probably wouldn't have got picked up by anybody. But being a point and click game, it's like kind of like the old school in a way. So it's really colorful, bright graphics, humorous, and everything like that. Definitely worth picking up on the Wii if you see it out there. Usually, just right now, it goes for under $10. So definitely keep an eye out for this one. Next up here, I'm going to grab the counterpart to this game as well. Or maybe I should just wait for this game. I think I'll wait for this one. I'll show it to you later in the video when I get to the other game. But here's Knights, Journey of Dreams. Knights, I played Knights back on the original game back on the Saturn. Really a lot of fun. Almost made me get a Saturn back in the day. But when I had the choice between getting a PlayStation and a Saturn, I was definitely leaning more on the Saturn side because I wanted to play Knights and Dreams. Luckily, my buddy owned a Saturn, so I could play the game on his system. But I was definitely leaning towards the Saturn, especially with that 3-game deal they offered later down in the life cycle. But got the PlayStation. But anyways, going into the game, if you haven't played Knights, it's a really charming game. It's hard to describe how it is. I'll say one of the things in this game is it's a beautiful looking game. And you're fixed on a kind of like I don't want to say a 3D plane, but it's like a 2D 3D game in a way, the way it kind of like spins around and everything like that. But you're seeing the footage here, you judge for yourself. Glad they finally make a sequel to the original game, because the original game was really good, and I think this game is actually better, even though a lot of people like the original better. They say the controls in this one are kind of like different or whatnot. But Knight's Journey of Dreams, definitely a worthy sequel. I think it's better than the original. I think they touched up on a lot of things, but maybe the controls weren't precise, but still, it's definitely worth picking up. So if you see this at GameStop or even on a cheap anywhere, definitely give this one a go. Next one is Rodea the Sky Soldier. GameStop was selling this one for the Wii just for $3. So this originally how you got this game, if you bought the Wii U version of the game, it came with the Wii version, but somebody must have traded into GameStop, and GameStop got the idea to separate them instead of like keeping them together, so they sold them as different games. So the Wii version is definitely the version you want to go for. This is what the system the game was made for, pretty much. But I feel like the developer was kind of forced to put it out on the freaking Wii U, which the controls were it just didn't sit well with a lot of people. Even the 3DS version is kind of weird too. But anyways, If you definitely want to check this game out, check out the Wii version of it. That's the better version of the game. So, yeah. All right. Now we're going to 360 territory. I don't know if I talked about this in the last one, but I'm going to bring it up just in case again, in case I forgot. But here is Battle Fantasia. Definitely a beginner's fighting game. You want to get into this one. Battle Fantasia is one of those games that kind of like just didn't really, just one that, it's like I said, it's just like one of those games that introduces people to fighting games. You know, I like it a lot, and unfortunately back when it first came out I didn't pay attention to it because due to Sony's policy when it comes to fighting games, I guess they didn't work out a deal, so the game only came out on 360 in America, but eventually it got a physical in European territories and it was sold for pretty cheap. So anyways, if you can find this one, give this one a go if you're a fighting fan. I like this one a lot. It doesn't have that many characters, so the balance is there. You know, like the more characters you put in certain games, the more tweaks you have to do in balance and all that stuff. The last boss I thought was broken at first until I figured out how to beat him. I was like, what the hell? But a very cool game. Honestly, I wish something like this would have got a sequel, but it probably didn't sell well with a lot of people, so I don't know if a lot of fighting fans could take it seriously. But definitely, if you want to get into fighting games, this is the type of fighting game you want to get into first, unless you like the Smash Brothers games. Alright, Akai Katana, I think that's how I pronounce this one. This is a shoot 'em up game for the 360. I was surprised that this game hasn't like gotten popular. You know, I know the shoot 'em up genre is pretty niche these days, you know, but I'm glad Xbox was actually putting out a lot of titles on their system. This is one of the last ones I remember that came out for the 360, and it's really good. Pick this one up if you like what you're seeing in the footage here. If you could find this at GameStop, it's usually under $10. I remember it was going like for $5, so yeah, a total hitting one out there. All right, next one here is a beat 'em up game. This is actually for the 360 and the PS3. Don't know if I showed it in my last video, but just in case I didn't, I'm showing it again here. The Watchmen, The End Is Nigh, parts 1 and 2. This game takes place before the story of the first movie, so you play as Rorschach and a Night Owl. And I mean, though I like both characters, you're gonna want to play as Rorschach because his moves are brutal. I mean, he brutalizes his opponents. It's like, man, somebody gets beat up like that, man, it's just there's no coming back. But definitely check this one out. The only downfall I would say is that you can't play online with it, but you know, hey, that probably would have made the game cost more or whatnot. But if you see this one out there, go ahead and pick it up. Let me make sure it's one disc, thankfully. So check that one out. And the last 360 game here, this is from Software. This is Ninja Blade. Ninja Blade is a really action-oriented game. It's really good, but the downfall about this game is that there are so many QuickTime events. If you're if you're watching a movie in the game, like a little cinematic, you can't relax at all because next thing you know, you have to do a button press, and you know if you're watching, you're not holding the controller or whatnot, and you miss out on it, and you get killed or get caught up in something. So you cannot relax in this game at all, even during cinematic scenes. But it really focuses on the QuickTime events. It's a little bit too much, but still the game is still good enough to like be playable or whatnot. You just gotta pay attention to all times because you never know when a button press will come up, and it could be really annoying. So never relax. But anyways, a good action game, Ninja Blade for the 360. Okay, so now we're going up to the PS3 stuff. Here's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. I actually had this game for a long time, and me and my buddy Marcus, we almost got through the game, but we were playing it online together. But the online, like connecting with a match with a friend, is just so weird. And this game is so clumsy, and the game wasn't detecting certain things, and it's just like, get out of here. So we ended up losing our data, our co-op data. I still have my data like halfway through the game and everything like that, but I don't know. I just haven't had the desire to play it. But it was a really good game. Definitely one of the top-notch Tom Clancy games out there. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but there was probably so many of these games being released at the time are similar to this that it kind of like went under the radar. But Tom Clancy Future Soldier, a good game to check out, especially if you see it at GameStop. I think it's under $5. Here's one of my favorites here. I just got into this game. Ace Combat Assault Horizon. Jeez, I know a lot of Ace Combat fans probably don't like this game because it's different from the other ones. That's why they had a subtitle name for it. They didn't add like a number name to it. So, but they tried something new with this one. And this one is very action oriented. So it's definitely something you could really get into if you've never played the series before. I would give it a more arcadey feel because it throws you right into action and tries to teach you how to play the game while you're in the middle of combat, which is insane. But really fun game. I'm really enjoying this one. I see it has some kind of online in here, so I'm gonna see if I doubt anybody's online. But hey, you know, I got to check anyways. But definitely one I would say you pick up if you see it there. This one, from what I saw, was because I just picked it up about a month or two ago. It was going for like the $15 range or whatnot, like that. But you don't see it that much, so it might be worth that price. Next game here is Puppeteer. I think this was a Sony first party title here. You guys know how Sony is. They don't have, at least I'm not noticing too many first party titles these days for the new PS4 system. But this one, Puppeteer, was a very unique game, and from the footage you're seeing here, you know what I mean pretty much. I think this one goes for like under $10. I can't really remember. I've had it for a long time. But let me know what you think about Puppeteer. I think this is a unique game, and this is not going to get released ever again on any other system. Not that I don't think so. All right, Starhawk. Golly, this game is another, like, this is like a big game that Sony did, and I think the game did fairly well too. But I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. It still has a big online community, and this, man, when Sony puts their heart into a game, man, they really put it out there. I really miss the days when like this Sony just pushing out like first party titles or whatnot. But you know, I feel like I'm not seeing that in the new generation these days. Maybe I'm not really paying attention. I'm focusing more on like indie titles. But anyways, check out Starhawk, under $5 from what I remember at GameStop at least. All right, so now we're going back to that Wii game I was telling you guys about, and this game is G.I. Joe and a G.I. Joe for the PS3. They're pretty much the same game. Obviously, the PS3 one is more graphically updated. I think this was another game. This is a co-op action game, and it's pretty much, it kind of reminds me of, think about if the Cario Warriors or something like that was 3D or whatnot like that. This would be it pretty much. So, I think they reskinned another game, and they put the G.I. Joe name on it to kind of get more popularity for the game. I could be wrong about it. But anyways, just because it says G.I. Joe on it, don't pass this one up. This is a really good game. Dare I say it's a hidden gem. Hopefully more people know about it. The game's been released on so many systems. G.I. Joe on PS3, PS2, Wii, 360, and I say PSP, and maybe even a DS. But anyways, give that one a go, under $5. Now we're going back to another fighting game here. This is BlazBlue Continuum Shift, the original edition. This game has been cheap for a long time, and I don't really hear many people talking about it. But this one and the first game, BlazBlue Calamity Trigger, are really cheap games, and they're good 2D games. Lots of good characters, lots of like they added a lot of stuff onto this game. Like there's a story mode, arcade mode, sound tests, all that stuff. Like lots of cool extras and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people might have passed it up because they have no idea what it is, but it's a 2D animation game, a 2D fighting game by Arc Systems. They did a really good job in this game. They were able to do multiple sequels to the series. So if you see this one out there, then you might want to pick it up. All right. So this game is a true hidden gem. I don't hear anybody talking about it, and I've only talked about it with a couple of friends. Kyle, you know what I'm talking about, man. This is Binary Domain for the PS3, also available for the 360. Such an amazing game, guys, and it goes for, like, if you find it at GameStop, it's like under $3. It's like $3 or something like that. Might be cheap, might be more expensive on the 360. I'm not really sure, but they put a lot of love into this game, and nobody even knew. I felt really bad. This is a great game, and it's really trippy because it's about humans. Well, it's about robots that are disguised as humans, and they think they're human and everything, so you never know like who is really who. It's a trip, and very good action oriented game. Different multiple endings. Depending on if your comrades like you in the game, you'll get better endings or whatnot like that. But an amazing game, guys. You're seeing the footage here. Just if you see this game out there, definitely give it a go. Now we have Dead Rising off the record, or Dead Rising 2 off the record. Now, I feel this game was actually like the first version of Dead Rising 2 before they decided to change the character, or maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. They did the other one first, then they did this one. I felt like they shelved this one and then brought up the original Dead Rising 2, but I could be wrong about that. But anyways, this is an alternate version of Dead Rising 2 where Frank West comes back, and Chuck Green, the main guy from the original game. The story goes as if his daughter dies, and everything. So Chuck becomes like the shell of himself person. Like he pretty much turns crazy, and it's kind of sad to see him transition into like being a crazy in the game. So Chuck actually becomes your enemy in this game. So it's pretty tripped out. But you can see like how he's went crazy and everything like that. And I was like, man, this is messed up. But anyways, a Dead Rising game for $5. At least the PS3 the version was $5. 360 version might be a little bit more expensive. But see if that's one you want to pick up. You probably will want to pick that one up, definitely, because like I said, it's an alternate version of the game, of the series. Remember Me. I got to give this one a go again. Remember Me, I fell off from it because I got stuck on a part where you had to like insert fake memories into people and do like all these really crazy things. But Remember Me is a game I feel was like really ahead of its time at the time it came out. If you're the developer actually was the ones that created the Life is Strange series. So after they made this game, they went on to make the Life is Strange games, and no one ever talks about Remember Me. No one remembers this game. So I'm bringing it up to you guys. A cheap game you can find at GameStop, under $10. And let me know what you think about it. And the last but not least, we have Zone of the Enders collection, HD collection. 2 Zone of the Enders games on here. I love the Zone of the Enders series. I thought it was a great series. I wish it would have went on, but unfortunately, Hideo Kojima left Capcom. I mean, not Capcom, Konami, and went on to make other things. But he left his presence with this game. And if you haven't played Zone of the Enders, it's one of the best probably action mech games you could actually play out there. It's really well done. Now I can't say the same for the voice acting, but at the time I didn't really care about voice acting. I was just happy it had English voices. But now looking back at some of the English voices, you're like, ugh. But anyways, you get this one for like $10 at GameStop. Very cool from the 7th gen.
Well, my first one, and this is probably my favorite one that I'm going to show today, and that is Shadow of the Damned. This game is amazing. It's a Pseudo 51 game, and it's beautiful. I'll tell you what, it's not for kids at all. This thing is
definitely not
is evil. Like when you open it, you just feel the demonic forces coming out of it. It's pure awesomeness, man. I mean, it is such a great story. So well done, man. You got to pick this up before it's too late. If you can find it at your GameStop, do it right now.
Definitely. And which version do you have? The PS3 or the 360 one?
Oh yeah, this is PS3. Always. I don't even have one 360 game, Reggie.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I just want to let people know about what I've heard about this game. Is the 360 version is a bit superior. So if you have the choice, it's up to you which one you would get. Even if I knew the PS3 version was inferior, I would still get that one because PS3 all the way. But anyways, my first game I'm going to show here is probably, I'll say this, it's definitely my favorite Prince of Persia game of all time, and that is Prince of Persia.
Nice.
This version of Prince of Persia is the free roam version that you have a partner in the game, the princess, and you're trying to set the balance right again in the game. I can't remember the whole story with it because it's been years since I played it, but it's an amazing adventure, and it's actually voiced. Joel, what's that guy's name that does Nathan Drake, man? I keep forgetting his name. He's like all over the place.
Is that North? Nathan North?
Yeah, North. Yes, North. Nolan North.
Nolan
I think,
North,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
One of those. Oh, Nathan
Nolan.
Drake. No, yeah.
So they got him to do the voice for the game, which I thought was really weird. I thought they would have went with with another language probably, but it doesn't matter. The game was a lot of fun. Only one of the problems with this game was people complaining about that when you die in the game, you don't really die. So, but Other than that, it's still a lot of fun, a very good adventure. It's just, I really wish this game would have got a sequel. Anyways, Prince of Persia, if you see it at your local GameStop or anywhere on the cheap, I mean, like $5 usually, so check that one out.
My next game is 3D Dot Heroes, and this game is epic. And it's like, if you love Zelda, especially the very first Legend of Zelda on the NES, this is that, but on steroids, and it is so good. And I was kind of sad when I booted it up that my save file wasn't there. I did capture footage of my trophy, so you could see that I did beat it, because it's actually quite difficult once you get towards the end. Some of the puzzles are like, what am I supposed to do? But it's such a great game, guys. You're not going to want to miss out. There's so much to do in this game, and it's beautiful, and it's well done, and it's a love letter to retro games. I know that's said a lot, but this one, they did it right. So check this game out.
Definitely, man, definitely. Next game here. Now, just to let everybody know, the purpose of this video, to not only let you guys know about these games before they're gone, is that a lot of these games might stay on the 7th generation. They probably won't get ported to any other system, especially with the PS3 being so, it's kind of difficult to port games to newer generation systems, unless you're going with their streaming service that they're going to bring out. But anyways, it's all about the physical media here. The next game here is going to be The Evil Within. If you find this at GameStop, it usually goes for around $10. I didn't like this game at first because it pissed me off, and usually survival horror games don't make me mad, but I started to enjoy it and everything. It's a really well done game. Definitely, I think it's something you should pick it up if you find it out there. It's very original, I would say, with what it does. I felt that I wish that more of the story was drawn out early in the game instead of like later in the game. But still, I mean, if you're ready for like a horror experience, you know, like this game will not let you down. The Evil Within, definitely check this one out, guys.
I like that game a lot. My next pick is a Cirrus Wrath, and this game, it's even hard to say a game. It's almost like an interactive experience, a movie. It's unlike anything you ever seen. It's like a bunch of Japanese animation fans came together and made this like masterpiece. Now, I will say, if you're not a fan of quick time events, this game probably isn't for you. But there's so much awesomeness, so much epicness. It feels so grand at times. Me, I just play and I'm just like in awe the whole time because it just looks so beautiful and it's so well done. But I can understand that it's probably not for everyone. But man, for now, for the cheap price, like you ain't paying $59.99 for this. You know, this is definitely worth checking out and worth picking up.
Okay, so it's rather cool. Next game here. I hope I pronounce this right. Project Siliphied. This is the last of that series. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th game in that series. From what I remember about this game, it's like a 3D shooter and everything. I mean, when I say shooter, like an airplane shooter. Hopefully I'm getting that right. But anyways, not a lot of people were talking about this game, and a lot of production went into this game. I was very shocked with what I saw with this game. I believe this game was originally an Xbox 360 launch title. I could be wrong about that. But a lot of detail went in this game, lots of voice acting, lots of story, lots of like just everything in this game. Definitely, I say if you're a fan of probably like something like Star Fox or something like that, you could definitely get into this game. Joel, have you played this game before?
Nope, I have not.
Well, if you see it out there, man, definitely pick it up, man. It won't let you down.
I'll check it out.
Project Siliphied, folks.
Nice. My next pickup is Painkiller Hell and Damnation. This game is pretty awesome. It's a first-person shooter, so if you know me, I don't really even like first-person shooters, so it has to be really good in order for me to say, hey, you guys should check this one out. It's it's very well done. There are some difficulty spikes I felt like in the game that was like, oh my goodness, you know, but honestly, I had a great time. Again, there's a lot of, you know, not for kids stuff, but man, I have such a great time. Great story. You want to check this out.
Next game here, I rarely see it at GameStop anymore. I did see it there for a while though, and this is Dragon Guard Part 3. The sequel to Dragon Guard 2, which you guys know, I think that series actually spawned into the Nier series. This game feels a bit different, but I did enjoy what it had to offer. I got pretty far in the game, but then I kind of fell off from it. But it's definitely an interesting title. I think a lot of people should look at. Definitely, I would say this game is not going to get re-released, but I could be wrong about that. But still, who wants to chance it? So if you see this one out there at GameStop, pick this one up. I think this is a really solid game.
Awesome. My next pick is Never Dead, and this is a Konami title, and I love this game as well. It is pretty unique because you play this demon hunter guy who's been around for a long time. The story will unfold as you play through it. But what the cool thing about this game is that you can get blown up to like you're just a head rolling around, and you have to go find your body pieces. You know, enemies are cutting off your limbs, and you got to do that. But also, that plays into the element of gameplay where like puzzles and things of that nature. So it's a very unique game. A lot of interesting characters that you'll meet along the way. Story solid. Graphics are solid. I had a really, really fun time about this game with this game, but I don't feel like anyone talked about it. It's just kind of weird. Like a lot of games on my list, I feel like they were just kind of, they came out and people just didn't even, I don't know, there were bigger titles at the time. So, but this one is super duper cheap. Price tag on here is $6.29. I bought this a long time ago, so I don't even know what it is now. So pick this up. You won't regret it.
Yeah, I freaking I picked the game up, but I think I lost it somewhere, man. So I'm gonna have to pick it up again. But usually, from where I see this game go for, I think it's like almost less than $5 at GameStop if you find it there. But definitely, I think it's a good title to pick up. It's a forgotten title, definitely, because it was overshadowed.
I mean, the first boss, you have to shoot him in the sphincter to kill him. I mean, that's awesome.
All right, cool, man. My next game here is Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom. This game was made by the same people who made Genji, Dawn of the Samurai. If you guys remember that game, very good PS2 game. And this game is very unique, where you control like a golem, and he kind of helps you through your adventure and everything. It's just one of those games that got overshadowed as well when it came out. But if you see it out there, guys, I would say it's another good one to check out because, like I said, I keep repeating it in this video, these are the type of titles that probably won't never get re-released again because the company, I believe that the creators that actually made this game, I believe they actually went under. So they're pretty much done. I think the last game they did was Knights in Contract. I could be wrong about that. The publisher is actually Bandai, though. Oh, not Bandai Namco. Oh, wow. That's didn't even notice that right away. But anyways, Majin in the Forsaken Kingdom. Pick this one up, guys. It won't let you down. At least I don't think it does. Also, the golem could be kind of dumb sometimes, but be patient with him. I mean, and just try to work things out. I mean, if you could be patient with the girl in Ico and all that stuff, you know, you'll be good with this one. So, anyways, that's my game.
My next pickup, Reggie, is Fist of the North Star Ken's Rage. And, I mean, that's no surprise to anyone who watches my channel, Media Glitch. Go like and subscribe today. I'm a huge Fist of the North Star. It's my favorite anime of all time. And this one is interesting. I really like this one. I like the new one that came out, Lost Paradise, as well. The PS4, but this one has its own flair and its own game mechanic, and it's definitely worth picking up, especially if you're a fan. Of course, you know, the story's always the same, but they just some way change it around and manipulate it every single time. But this is a solid game worth picking up.
Yeah, and that one, what's cool about that game is that they have alternate storylines and everything to where you can play as other characters and like what if scenarios, which is really brings a lot of like replay to the game. Like one of my favorite characters in the Fist of North Star games is Toki. There's a story with him. I can't remember exactly what it was. I was like, dude, this is great. And the moves are so freaking awesome when you pull them off. I mean, the special moves like. And then a lot of people got mad about it, you know, like got tired of it. But the camera zooms in on your character from 3 different angles to make it like more cinematic. Yeah. And some people complain about that, but still, I love it. So. Also, it does. It's a North Star.
That game does a great job at making your hits feel powerful, and everything feels solid. And that's what I love about that game. I always feel like it's me playing that game for some reason. I don't know. I can't explain it, man. But I love that game.
Yeah, they definitely did a really good job on that game, so it's very impressive. All right, my next game here. Hopefully, I didn't talk about this in another video. I might have, but hell, we'll just talk about it again. Alice Madness Returns. Now, I'm a big fan of the American McGee. I've been following him for years. I even have the Alice action figures and everything. But I was just very happy when this game came out, and it didn't let me down. You could tell, though, when you play the game that they wanted to do more with it, but due to time constraints, they probably had to get it out at a certain time. But what's good about this game, if you get the original game for PS3 or 360, you can actually download the first game for free. So I thought that was pretty cool. But it's a continuation of the Alice game. A few years take place later. I mean, not take place later, but years later. And I'm not gonna say the story is easy to follow because everybody knows Alice is crazy. So I mean, trying to follow her mind and all that stuff going on is crazy. The way it's put together is cool, but trying to like understand it, you'll drive yourself crazy, just like her, like Madness Returns. So, anyways, if you see this game out there, guys, it definitely, I think it's a solid game. That's all I can say about it. It's a solid game. Check it out.
Yeah, and I would recommend this one. Try picking up on eBay because you're more like new, because they're not that expensive, and you'll get that code. And I actually did it not too long ago, and it's still redeemed. So,
well, the code, what they did, Joel, is that the code, you don't need the code anymore because they marked it as free now. You can just download, as long as you have the game, you can download the first game for free.
Oh, nice.
But I don't know if they changed that, but you know, it's EA, so just with caution, you know, it's up to you.
Awesome. So my next game is El Shaddai. And this is a game I don't ever hear anyone talk about. Do you, Reggie?
Nope.
Do you ever hear anyone talk about this game?
Never, and I always used to see it everywhere. I mean, it's, you know, I just never paid attention to it, but now I don't see it everywhere anymore. So tell me.
So this is basically,
this
is basically the storyline of, well, loosely based storyline of Enoch and Lucifer. So if you don't know, if you're not well versed in the Bible, Enoch is one of the only people in the Bible who was just taken up from God. Like, other people die in the Bible, get killed, guts ripped out, you know, neutered, whatever. This guy, God loves so much, took him up, and it's loosely based on that stuff. It's a wild storyline. It is just, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I don't even want to spoil it.
Is it compelling though? Will it pull you in?
Like, it does me, because I'm into that kind of like subject matter and stuff like that. Right. But it's not for everyone. Again, it's not for everyone. But at this price, the price that they go for, you should pick it up because it's very unique, and it runs at a good frame rate, like at a good 60 frames per second. A lot of times, you know, there's sometimes it gets a little choppy, but it runs really well, and it's kind of like that cell shaded art style. So it's definitely worth checking out to see it performance wise as well.
Okay, check that one out, man. My next game here is Wet. This is what I would call a grindhouse type game. I forgot the game's, I mean, not the game, but the girl's name that does the voice actress for this character, Eliza something. But anyways, I do like this game. It's like an arcadey action game, but at the same time, it can get a little repetitive once you get past a certain point in the game. So I would say play the game in small increments, or don't try to play it all at once because you might just get tired of it. But I think it was a really good adventure. I thought they had a lot of good ideas. It was a lot of fun, funny, especially the freeway scene in the beginning of the game. I thought that was really well pulled off. They were actually going to make a sequel to this game, but the company, the creators ran out of budget. So this is like before like all that Kickstarter stuff kicked off, where people could like get like money for that to help them with production of games. But yeah, Wet for the PS3 or 360. Go ahead and check this one out.
Yeah, I got Wet down here, and I mean. Oh, down here in my collection. Sorry, just be specific. So my next one is, and I believe this was a launch title. I may be incorrect, Reggie. You'll know, but it's Heavenly Sword. Okay. Is that a launch?
No, it didn't make it to launch, but it came like a little bit later.
It's very early on, right?
Right, definitely. Yep.
PlayStation 3 Live
before the trophy system.
And this is impressive. This is an impressive game. Especially when you see the amount of like NPCs on this game towards the end there. The motion capture that they use, Andy Serkis from Lord of the Rings, King Kong fame, he's the bad guy. They spent a lot of money on this. Whether they made that back or not, I have no clue. but very fun story. The gameplay is hit or miss at times, but either way, man, for this price, I had a great time with this game. This is kind of it's just a really fun adventure game.
Yeah, I actually, that was the game I got when I first got my PS3. I loved it, played it. I got to the end of the last battle, and I kind of quit for a while because I got stuck on it, but I came back months later and played it again and beat it. Really enjoyed the game. I was really hoping a sequel was going to come out, but I mean, that game barely made it out the door with the budget. I think Sony had to help the company put it out and everything, but thankfully it got put out. Great game, guys. It doesn't, like, it doesn't, well, I don't want to say too much about the story, but I'll let you guys figure it out. But anyways, Heavenly Sword, I think that's a good one, Joel.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. My next game here was an Xbox. I believe this was a 360 launch title, but when it came out on PS3 later. This is John Woo Stranglehold.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
You remember Stranglehold, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys like games like Max Payne or whatnot, or Max Payne mostly, you'll love Stranglehold. This is like a sequel to the Hard Boiled movie. And actually, the collector's edition comes with the Hard Boiled movie installed on it, so that's really cool. And with the bad English dub and everything, but that makes it great though. But great game, guys. Lots of slow motion, lots of special moves and everything like that. Just like a lot of shoot 'em up action. I haven't played it in a while, but man, it was a lot of fun what I did play of it. And it's a great game, guys. So like I said, if you like games like Max Payne, you'll definitely like Stranglehold. I'm a big John Woo fan. I still have most of his action movies and everything. So if you see this one at GameStop, there's two different versions. As you can see, the collector's edition and standard version. The standard version doesn't come with the movie on it, so just so you know, but they're still both extremely cheap. The collector's edition goes for like $6 you find at GameStop. So there's that. So Stranglehold.
Nice.
Check that one out.
So my next game is a game that didn't do well with reviews. And I was kind of like, I remember being disappointed, but then when I bought it, I actually had a really good time with it. And I'm a fan of this series, a series that debuted in the arcades, Sega of America, and then later ported to the Genesis, and they made a better version. And I'm talking about Golden Axe, Beast Rider. And this follows the Tyrus Flare story. And I have a good time. Yes, it's a bit repetitive, hack and slash, but I feel like the combat is actually very well done to where I'm always having to pay attention. It's not your typical hack and slash button masher, but you're going to have to put forth some effort.
Right.
Some of the old Gilius Thunderhead, you'll run into him, which is kind of cool, and it just has that old Golden Axe music when the little elves come out and steal your potions or whatever. Well, they don't steal it; they just have them already, and you steal it from them this time, which is kind of cool. But really brought me back, and I wish they would make another Golden Axe game, please. Just something totally different like they did with this one. I was fine that it was totally different from the last one. You can pick this up for super duper cheap, so you have to do that before time runs out, right?
Right. And also, the original Golden Axe characters from the first game make cameos in this game as well. So
right.
It's kind of like a nod back and everything. So pretty cool. The next game I want to show you guys is Dynasty Warriors Gundam Part 1 and 2. These games are very well done, especially if you're into the Gundam lore. I'm more of the G Gundam series with Master Asia. You know, Master Asia is probably my favorite character of all time in the Gundam series. And the reason I picked these games up because he was in it. And the English voice actor, I forgot his name, but he does a good job. You know, but if you like Dynasty Warriors games, these are like if you play like any old school Dynasty Warriors game or Samurai Warriors games, these games are made by the same company, but they really expanded upon in a way to where they just go into detail within the lore and everything. So all the voice actors are here, alternate stories to kind of like keep you interested and everything like that, original stories as well. It's just a really great game. I think if you like the Dynasty Warriors beat 'em up games. So, but I can't really speak on the third game that much because they changed a lot of stuff. But the first two games I think are definitely well done. So, Dynasty Warriors Gundam Part 1 and 2.
Right on, man. Right on. So my next game was on the PlayStation Store, and then it was taken off, and now it's back on. But it's always good to have a physical copy, and I'm talking about DuckTales.
Dad, this game's hard.
So I don't know. There's not much to say about this, but except that it's a great remaster, and you know, just thinking about that situation, and that it's Disney, and that you never know, this could be gone again tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So might as well pick up because now I'm sure the copies have dropped now that it's back on the PlayStation Store digitally. So go out and get it now while the prices drop. So when it does, you know, get kicked off again, you'll have yourself a physical copy. So,
all right. That game. Well, you know what's crazy about that game was the actor that did Scrooge's voice. I mean, he sounded great when he came back and everything, but he actually passed away a couple months after that game. After they finished in that game, so. Man, it was really cool for him to come back and do the voice of Scrooge McDuck again.
Well, do you remember?
All right,
do you remember, Reggie? I was with you the weekend that it got pulled from the digital store, and we were at a Game On Expo, and all the copies there went up to $100, and we were trying to get them before people caught on to it.
People were losing their minds, man. It was hilarious. I was like, oh my god, dude. All right, but my next game here. A series I've come to love. I didn't like it at first because it was only on Xbox, but once it got put out on the PS3 system, I took interest in it. And that is the Ninja Gaiden Sigma series. Ninja Gaiden,
beautiful.
The whole series, 1 through 3. I even have Razor's Edge, but that's a redone redo of the third game. Even though I think the first version of the third game was fine, but Ninja Gaiden is a great action game that you have to really use your skills in the game. You just can't just slash enemies up like in other games. You have to really like think things through. And you don't have to think them through hard, but you have to utilize the moves that you have. If an enemy's beating you down, you know you got to take them out fast. You got to use that move called the Swallow Slash. That move will literally save you from a horrible situation. But all three games I think are great. You guys may get mad at me, but the third one is actually my favorite because the evolving story pretty much in it. I thought it was great. But if you see these games out there, guys, I say pick them up. I don't know what Tecmo's going to do with the series. The series, as of this video, we haven't got a new Ninja Gaiden game since, I would say, at least from this series, probably since 2011 and 12 or something like that.
Before that.
It's been a while.
Before that, I think.
Has it been before that? Oh, wow. So, yeah. We're hurting for a new Ninja Gaiden game, so hopefully, like I said, hopefully you guys will get to experience this. It's a great series of games. 360, also on 360 and the regular Xbox as well. Definitely check them out, guys.
I have to agree with Reggie. These Ninja Gaiden games are some of my favorite, and I'll always say Ninja. Which one? I'll say Ninja Gaiden till the day I die, and I do love the third one as well. I don't know why I got so much hate. But it's really, really good. People
were upset. They changed some of Ryu's moves. It wasn't as bloody or something like that, and it wasn't as hard or something like that. I can't remember what they were saying, but I thought the story was really involving in that game. Like like Ryu in the third game is cursed, so he has everything against him in that game. He's in pain and suffering. It's insane, and he still goes through all the crazy adventure he does, even though he's like in pain or like damn near dying pretty much. So it's a really different game. Not different it's just different with the story. Like I said, the evolving story and everything like that. Different moves. The Swallow Slash was taken away in the game. A lot of people didn't like that, so they brought it back in Razor's Edge. But either version's fine. I would say probably go with Razor's Edge because they added a lot more stuff into that game as well. I forgot to grab it for this video, but you guys will see it out there. But anyways, Ninja Gaiden 3. Don't let people say it's a bad game. It's great as well. Just maybe it wasn't as bloody as the other ones.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a huge collection HD remastered on the PS5 at some point.
I would love to, but I'm not holding my breath. You know, with these companies. That's why we want to get these games now because.
For sure, it'll be a while.
You never know.
It'll be a while. So
yeah,
my next game is this one is a fun hack and slash. I love it. It is on for the PS4 as well, but I have them for both systems, and I beat them for both systems. And I'm talking about Deadpool. Deadpool is so much fun. There's so many crazy things that happen in this game. It is like it's more Deadpool than the Deadpool movie is. You feel like you're playing the comic, literally, and it's so well done. And I don't know why people don't talk about it more, but this is worth every penny. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Yeah, I've never gotten to the Deadpool series. I mean, I saw Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool. I was like, oh man, just I don't know. Not saying he's bad or anything like that, but I get tired of seeing him. But maybe I'll give it a chance, man. I see it at my local GameStop, for the PS3. Maybe I'll pick that version up, or maybe I should just get the PS4 version.
Right.
But I'll definitely take a look at it, Joel. My next games here, some of my favorite free roaming, what I would call sandbox games, and this is Sucker Punch's Infamous series. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Infamous, guys. This game was infamous. I try to use that fun, but this game was great because it's one of those games that gives you a lot of choice in the game. So you really feel like your choices matter, and they do matter in this game because depending on what choices you make in this game affects the ending and everything. So what kind of hero your character, you could become a hero or you become infamous. Nothing wrong with either or, but still, it's great to have that choice and everything. And Infamous is about a man named Cole, and something happens when he opens a package. It changes his life forever. This is a free roam game, sandbox game again, so it's like you can pretty much go anywhere you want and help people out and deal with certain situations. But I don't hear anybody talking about Infamous anymore, and I'm not sure if the PS3 games will get ported anywhere else because it might not be lucrative for the company.
Right.
But like I said, they're on the cheap. They're very well done games. The voice actor for Cole in the first game is badass. I mean, this guy, that's how you do like a hero or a villain. And the voice actor they replaced him with in part 2 is okay. He tries to do a good job, but the voice actor in this one is great. So Infamous series, definitely check it out. It's actually, sequels are on the PS4 as well, but nothing comes close to these ones. These games are badass, guys.
My next one, and I should have done it right after your Ninja Gaiden one, is Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. Which
tell me about that.
It's different. It's not. It's different. It's different than a Ninja Gaiden game. It's all cell shaded, animated. Instantly when it came out, everyone hated it. Man, it dropped like quick. The price. I picked it up. I was a little hesitant. Loved it, man. I remember probably even going on Facebook and going, I don't know what the problem is. Zombies, ninjas. What more do you want? And I had a really good time, and it's super cheap, super like couple bucks. You can get that game.
The problem with it is because what they tried to do is use a Ninja Gaiden IP name for it, and people were expecting a Ninja Gaiden game. They didn't want to take the risk of calling it something else original because it might not make sales. So a lot of these companies do. They'll try to use something, like Ninja Gaiden. Oh, this is a Ninja Gaiden game. People buy like, what the hell is this? So that's where they hurt themselves. They should have called it something else. Took a risk on it, of course. But
it probably would have helped sales. But either way, there's a good game under there. So
yeah, definitely, man. I'll take a look at that one. Next game here, another sandbox type game. This is. I should have took this tag off. I hate having these tags on here. But anyways, Prototype. Prototype was made by, I think it was called Radical Entertainment. And they are the same people who made the Incredible Ultimate Destruction Incredible Hulk game.
The best Incredible Hulk game.
GameCube and Xbox.
That's the best one.
Yeah. Dude, that game is sick, man. And their next game was Prototype, their own original game. And Prototype, oh my god, this game is so cool. I mean, you played a bad guy, and let's just say I'll just call him an anti-hero and everything. But Alex Mercer, man, this is one cool like hero, man, or anti-hero, whatever you want to call him. This dude will beat you down. I mean, seriously, man, he pulls no punches on his enemies. He could do all kind of crazy stuff. It's just so freaking cool in this game. Lots of cool boss battles. You pretty much can mimic characters and everything like this, so you could absorb them and take their identity. So say that you're being chased by like the military, you grab one of their personnel and disguise yourself as one of them and like get away or just walk or fool them or whatever or whatnot. You can run on buildings and like float down. It's just like this game is brutal. The second game is good as well, but you're playing as a different like character and everything. But all the original characters from the first game are in the second one as well. Both great games. It has been ported to the PS4, but like I said, these versions are cheap too. And the PS4 versions that I've seen, haven't really upgraded too much to it. To where it's like you have to get those versions. You get the versions on the PS3 on the cheap and be good to go. So, prototype.
Yeah, I agree. They didn't do anything with those when they brought it to the PS4.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
It's that ported. Here you go. Let's make some more money real fast.
So my next one is another game that no one liked, and I was kind of hesitant to pick it up, but I had to just for the novelty of it, and that's Naughty Bear. And Naughty...
Oh!
Yeah, have you heard of this one?
Can I say something real fast, Joel? Naughty Bear was actually going to be a Child's Play game, but they lost the rights to it. They couldn't get the rights, so they made it Naughty Bear.
Shut up. Is that for real?
Dead serious, man.
Oh, man. Because, yeah, I guess after you say that, I could kind of see that. It's just, it's fun. It gets repetitive, and the novelty will wear out. But just going around slaughtering other teddy bears, whether it's bashing their heads in with an axe, or bashing their head in with the car door, or just straight up murdering them point blank, execution style. And the point is, get in, kill all the bears, get out as fast as you can, type of thing. And it's very well done. It's almost set up like a kid's show with the announcer and he's talking and stuff like that. And yes, the camera's a bit annoying, but if you just like sit back, like, was it worth $59.99 when it came out? Probably not. But now, if you can pick it up for the cheap, it's definitely a good time. It's one of those games where you have friends over and you're like, you want to see something crazy? Check this out, and you put that on, and just to have a good time with it.
Nice, man. Good choice, man. Good choice. Next one up here. This will be very familiar to folks. I was so happy we got a sequel to this game. It had been years, but this is NBA Jam for the PS3, also on the 360. There's not really much to say about NBA Jam. It's just an awesome arcade basketball game, 2-on-2, a lot of fun. The original announcer is back. I forgot his name. Let me see if it's on here. Tim Kitzrow. Hopefully I pronounced his name right, but he's back. Boom shakalaka, he's on fire.
I did an interview with him.
You did? Yeah. Dude, I gotta check that out.
I haven't put it up on Media Glitch yet. I have to do that still.
Why, Joel, slacking? Dude, Joel has like 20 videos that he hasn't uploaded yet to Media Glitch, guys. We gotta get Joel pumped up, guys. Go to his channel and say, Joel, where's the new video at? Dude. Every video he does, or every video he has out already.
If people came and subscribed, that would probably motivate me to edit a video. I'm just saying.
All right, man.
It's hard.
All right, folks.
It's hard to edit a video when no one's watching.
Well, they're watching now, guys. So hey, guys, go watch Media Glitch right now. You don't have to tell him I sent you because he's here. But anyways, NBA Jam. Definitely check this one out. It's out on the Wii and the Xbox 360. Just happy that this game came out again. And I don't know if we'll ever get another sequel or remake of this because, I don't know. It originally was Midway. Midway bought out, and now it's EA now. But still, EA did a good job on bringing back the original flavor.
Right on.
All right.
So my last game, Reggie, is a game that I'm surprised that a lot of people don't talk about, a lot of people don't play. In fact, when I stream it, everyone's like, I didn't even know this exists. This is awesome. But most games in this series aren't very good. So when you see it done well, and you see it done right, and it's never been done this well or this right before, and I'm talking about the Simpsons game. Yes, this game is awesome. This game is done right. This game captures the feel of The Simpsons. It's 2-player as well. It's multiplayer, so you can play with a friend. It's just a really good time. And I was actually surprised when I put this in how well done it was. And another game that just kind of got, maybe because they had made so many, mediocre Simpsons games, That this one,
like the driving one.
yeah, like this one just kind of. Well, I kind of like hit and run, but that dulls in comparison compared to this, you know.
Right.
But I'm talking back on the NES days, Super Nintendo, Bart's Nightmare, stuff like
Bart's
that.
Nightmare, Bart vs. the World, Radioactive
Just
Man,
so
yep.
many that they made that were just kind of mediocre. But this is the one you want.
You know, I actually played a demo of that, and I was actually liking it. I'm gonna look for that game now, man, because that's an interesting one to have. Because I mean, they haven't made a Simpsons game in a long time, so that was the last one they made. Maybe that was like their swan song or whatnot. Next game here, Joel, you're gonna love this one, man. A lot of you guys are gonna love this, hopefully. Driver, San Francisco. Golly, this game was great. If you played the Driver series, I know they fell off at the third game, but the fourth game, which is like pretty much like hey, sorry guys, this is what we wanted to do. This definitely makes up for the third game. This game is an amazing experience. It's Driver, but it's like Driver like on crack. Like it's like insane what you could do in the game. I don't want to give away too much of the story, but some of you that have played it, you know what I'm talking about. You can pretty much like go to any car you want, like not by like getting up like jacking the cars or whatever, but you pretty much can. Let's just say you could take over the drivers and cars in this game pretty much. And of course, you're after the same nemesis in this game, Jericho. He's back at it. And just definitely check this one out, guys. The PS3 and 360 ones are the same. The Wii version is actually like a prequel or whatnot, so that's a different game. It's still worth getting if you like doing the Wii motion controls and all that stuff. But Driver San Francisco, oh my god, this game is so freaking cool, guys. So no one ever talks about it, but if this is the final Driver game we get, they went out with a bang, definitely. So Driver San Francisco.
I'm glad you brought that up because out of all the PS3 games you've mentioned, that's the only one I don't have. I don't know why I don't have it. I'm looking at because I've been looking every time you mention a game, and I'm like, why don't I have that?
Make sure you have it.
That's crazy.
And yeah, you got to pick that one up, Joel. It's really well done. I was shocked with Driver. I mean, I took a risk on it because I was mad about Driver 3.
Right.
Even though I tried to like it, I tried to force myself to like it because of the series, but this one really fixed everything. So definitely check it out, guys. And my last game, this is the last game in the video. I think this will be a big surprise, but I'll give you guys a hint. Actually, dang, I forgot to bring the other game out to it. I'll just kind of mention it, but this is the Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena.
Yeah, I got that one
for the PS3 and 360. What's cool about this game is that it adds a prequel game on it, Assault Escape from Butcher Bay, which was originally exclusive to the Xbox. So that game is on here along with the new game. The new game feels, a lot of people were saying it feels like more like a DLC. I mean, I thought it felt fine and everything, but the fact that they put both games on here is great. So if you like Riddick, and you still want to like see what's going on with this story, definitely a good game to check out. The online play, when people used to play this game online back in the day, was a lot of fun. Because it would go like this. It was 5 players, I believe, and one of you would play as Riddick, and then the other 4 people would play as the guards or whatever, trying to find Riddick. So if you got to play as Riddick, you could see in the dark, you come up behind or whatever. It was like really insane. But I don't think a lot of people really know this game is out there. So if you see this one out there, pick it up. It's for the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and it's a well done game. And one more game that I didn't bring out because I'm a big Van Diesel fan. You gotta check out the Wheelman that he did. The Wheelman is a cool game for 360 and PS3. I remember when the game first came out, my nephews, before it came out, we were playing the demo like crazy, me and my nephews, and I love that game. I mean, Van Diesel, Van Diesel is a great actor. I mean, I like him. I like most of his movies. When he's behind the wheel, man, get pumped up. So, all right, so check out the game we're going to talk about is Dead Space Extraction. Now, Dead Space Extraction is a rail shooter. A lot of fun. Definitely one of the games I would tell people to look for on the Wii system. A lot of people don't realize that Wii had a lot of cool rail shooters for it, and that's pretty much where you get a lot of them from these days. But Dead Space Extraction is really cool because it actually brings the scares that the Dead Space survival horror game has to the rail shooters. So, and definitely keep an eye out for this one. Also, too, this game was available on the PS3 via Dead Space 2. So any copy of Dead Space 2 on the PS3 has this game already on there too. But if you want the game as a standalone, there you go for the Wii. Something you should pick up. Next game here
the Conduit games. I've just started getting into these games, and I love what Sega does as a third-party publisher. I mean, seriously, Sega, I mean, I don't think they get they don't get the love they deserve, to be honest with you. But anyways, these titles are exclusive to the Wii. Really a really good first-person shooter. Lots of story. I like the story in the second one a lot better than the first one, but that's up for debate. But let me know what you think about these games. Definitely, you can find these on the cheap, and nobody's talking about these games. Go ahead and check them out. Now, here's a game that a lot of people probably like just scoffed at, but you know, I gave it a chance and I liked it. Now, if you're a fan of games like Power Stone, you could get into this game. This is Castlevania Judgment for the Wii. So it was kind of weird seeing the Castlevania games like go into the fighting genre pretty much. And you know, I didn't really care for it that much at first, but when I started getting into it, I was like, wow, this game has a lot of really cool ideas. If you find it, you usually find this for like around $10 or whatnot, maybe even cheaper. But definitely keep an eye out for it. It basically goes through its own story, and pretty much if you what's a good example? Like I already said, Power Stone. What's another game like Arena Fighter like that? Anyways, you're seeing the footage here. I love the character designs that they have for the characters. Good music, and a lot of people don't notice about this game too. You could actually, I think it was a transfer between the DS and in the Wii to unlock another character in this game. I can't remember who it was at the time of this recording, but there was some really cool, unique feature that you could like unlock characters in a way. So kind of like reminiscent of the King of the Fighters and Capcom vs. SNK between Dreamcast and Neo Geo Pocket, if anybody remembers that. But anyways, if you see Castlevania Judgment, I would say definitely give it a chance. It definitely has good music in it. The music score is on point. The character designs, I like them. Some characters look questionable. I thought Trevor Belmont looked insane, but it actually looks kind of cool if you think about it. So just another story of the Castlevania series. Go ahead and definitely check this one out. I don't think anybody will regret it for the price it is. Now, if you're fans of Pocky and Rocky, which I like Pocky and Rocky. I thought they were a little bit hard and the games kind of dragged on a bit, but overall they were fun games, except for the Game Boy Advance one. That game was like brutally hard. But anyways, it was going to get a fourth game in the series, I believe. Well, I think it was going to be the fourth game, maybe third or fourth, I can't remember. But anyways, they were making another game and they lost the rights to it, so the publisher went ahead and did their own game. They just kind of like re-skinned it, I guess, and just called it something else. But this is Heavenly Guardian for the Wii. Also available on the PS2, but we're focused on the Wii because Wii games are still available at GameStop pretty much, and we're going off 7th generation. But top-down fun action game, really easy to get into. Only thing I just wished that it was 2 players. You know, these type of, well, it is 2 players, duh. Oh, okay, never mind. But anyways, it really kind of brings that nostalgia back of the old school, like top-down like games, pretty much. You know, if you're a fan of course, Pocky and Rockies, The Legend of Zelda, stuff like that, you could definitely get into this game. Definitely easy on the eyes, beautiful-looking sprite graphics. It has a little bit of story to it if you want to get into that. But really cool boss battles and all that stuff. But something I would say definitely pick this up if you see it. You look at the cover of this and you're like, man, this game doesn't like. I wouldn't want to play this, but seriously, check this one out. This is a good one. I really wish that they really made more of an effort on cover arts for America, because at the time at least, because people do judge a book by its cover, and it makes sense to like really, you know, like really have your cover stand out, make it something interesting. But I think they went with this look though because it kind of looked like Pokemon. I said Pokemon, but I think that's why they went with like that art and everything. So I don't know. All right, next game here, another top-down game. This is Centipede Infestation. Now, this one reason I picked this game up was because Way Forward, and Way Forward has not at least it hasn't let me down with the games they create. So this was published by Atari, a top-down shooter, really easy to get into, beautiful-looking graphics, and it is 2 players. So if you see this one out there, I would say give it a chance. You know, I don't know if anybody was into the Centipede games back in the day. I mean, that's going back old school. But it's nice for them to try to bring the series back and make it more interesting, kind of change things up a bit. So you see this one, give it a chance. Alright, so now those are pretty much the Wii titles. Now I'm going into the PS3 stuff.
So a lot of these games I'm going to show you are also available for the 360, and so, well, yeah, some of them are. But let's get into it here. Next one here is Fairy Tale Fights. Now I know you see this game, you're like, what the heck is this, Reggie? But the reason I like this game because it is a co-op beat 'em up. You know, it may look a little silly and everything like that, but it's something you should try to take a look at. Like, you know, keep an open mind for it, I would say. You know, beat 'em ups back in the 7th generation weren't really that didn't really come around that much. You know, I mean, we did have Double Dragon Neon, which was great. I can't think of any other ones right now. Which well, that was a 2D beat 'em up. This is more of a 3D beat 'em up. But anyways, either way, we didn't have a lot that really stood out. And I'm not saying this one stands out, but it is an interesting take on like the lore of like fairy tales and all that stuff, like Alice in Wonderland, Little Red Riding Hood, and all that stuff. So if any of you guys have this game, let me know what you think about it. Unfortunately, the game used to be on, well, it's not online anymore. It used to be online, but they took it offline, so that sucks. But anyways, Fairy Tale Fights, let me know what you think. Next one here is one of my favorites, Midnight Club Los Angeles. Now this is the complete version of it, and this game, I remember when this came out, this was a lot of fun. They really nailed LA down. I was very impressed with this game. Now, I wasn't into like open world racers that much. I mean, I was just kind of getting into them, but this one really opened my mind to them in a way because how they got everything down pretty much. Now, it has a little cheesy story mode to it, and you know, that doesn't really, well, it's cool, I guess, and everything, but what shines in this game is just the where you could go in the city and everything. The cars, of course. Just a lot of fun. I think this game is actually still online. I can't really, who knows, but still, it's an interesting game for you guys to check out, I would say. So, Midnight Club Los Angeles. I haven't seen them make any more Midnight Clubs after this one, unless I'm behind or something. But if this is the last one they made, they did a damn good job. So check this one out. All right, so Epic Mickey Part 2, the Power of Two. Now, I didn't really play the first one that much because it was exclusive on the Wii, but this one, oh my god, they really nailed things down in this one. I mean, seriously. They even brought back Oswald from back in the day. I mean, he's in some old Disney stuff, I believe. But they really nailed the whole charm down with the whole Mickey Mouse, the old school looking Mickey Mouse in this game. This is probably one of the more colorful games on the PS3 that I have. And seriously, guys, it's something you got to give a chance. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this game, but from the footage you're seeing here, hopefully you'll take interest in it. Some of you guys in the comments, let me know what you think about it. The Epic Power of Two. Alright, so here, next one here is actually an exclusive for the PS3. And I thought I would talk about, I thought I talked about this in another video I did, another Before They're Gone video. This is Folklore for the PS3. Folklore it was made by the company, let me look at their name on here because I totally forgot what they were called. They actually made that game Knight's Contract, I believe. But Sony actually published this, so they didn't put they didn't give the credits on here, unfortunately. But anyways, Folklore is a very unique game where you go into another world. Well, two characters have a different story. There's the girl, she's looking for her mother, and the guy, I can't remember his story that much, but it is definitely a very unique game that you guys should check out if you see it out there in the wild. You don't see too many games like this, and one thing I didn't like about the game though is that they kind of forced you to use a 6-axis, if you remember that on the PS3, where you have to move the controller around pretty weird stuff. But other than that though, I thought the game was put together pretty well. If you see it out there, I would say go ahead and definitely try to check this one out. I'm kind of stacking up here. Alright guys, we're winding down here, thankfully. We have 3 more to go. Alright, so Homefront. I got Homefront when it first came out, and I was really looking forward to it. Now, for me, I play first-person shooters for the single-player mode mostly. I don't really go online unless there's some kind of co-op. But this one was weird because when it came out, the story with this one was that America was taken over by Korea. Kim Jong-un passed away, and his son taken over. And it was kind of weird because that pretty much took over. That happened in real life and everything. So, but anyway, this was before that happened. But anyways, pretty much America's being taken over and everything, and you have these freedom fighters that are fighting back, trying to take everything back. And I thought the single player story was really good in the game. I had fun with it. There's this thing where you could like command this vehicle that comes out. I forgot what it was called. It's like this. It's like this tank thing that comes out that'll defend you and blow things up for you. But it's been a while since I played it. But anyways, the first Homefront is definitely a good game. I can't speak for the sequel that's on the next generation. But if you see this one out there, I would say definitely give it a chance. Alright, so next game here. I regret that I haven't beaten this game yet. I almost beat this game with a friend online. But the online matching is so buggy when you want to play with a friend. It's like the game doesn't detect it or something like that. Anyway, this is Ghost Recon Future Soldier for the PS3. This game is badass. Seriously. I mean, I almost got through this game. The whole future thing is just really well done. I mean, futuristic weapons and all that stuff. It's just like, I felt like this game was like on point, and I never heard anybody really talk about it. Usually the Tom Clancy games come out every year, I would guess, so maybe it just got overlooked. I don't know. Or maybe some people still play this. I don't know. But I was definitely impressed with this game, and I believe this was my first Tom Clancy game, but maybe after, I would say, Splinter Cell Conviction, I would say. But anyways, check this one out if you like the footage you're seeing. And last but not least, definitely not least, I just got this game, and I know I'm going to get a little flack for it, but this is Mind Jack for the PS3. Mind Jack, I wanted to take a gamble with this one because the whole thing where you could kind of take over people's bodies and stuff like that, I thought it was a cool concept. It is 2-player. I don't know if it says it's 2-player online or co-op online, but I don't know if it's still going. I'm gonna find that out pretty soon. But I don't know. This was $5, and I said, why not? You know what I mean? I had to pick this one up. So if you find this at GameStop, I think it goes for like $3-4. So. Definitely when stores open back up, check if it's at your local store. And that is Pirates Plunder for the Wii. Co-op beat-em-up game. Kind of reminds me, I would say, I'm not thinking like Guardian Heroes, nothing like that, not on that level, but there's something decent at least, I would say. I guess it doesn't really remind me of anything besides a regular beat-em-up. I think it's a step above generic, but it's still fun enough. I mean, it's 4-player co-op, which is nice. And also, that's the only downfall for me was that it doesn't let you use the classic controller, but still you can flip the Wii controller down like a regular Nintendo controller and play the game like that, so it's pretty cool. But anyways, if you like what you're seeing here in the footage, you can pick this one up at a GameStop if it's there for around, I think, less than $5, so that's pretty nice. Next game here, probably one of my favorite 360 games that I didn't mention in my previous video. And the last game to have Michael Ironside do the voice of this character, and that is Splinter Cell Conviction. I think this is the best one in the series. It was kind of like a cool send-off at first. I mean, they kind of rebranded the series in a way. They changed the voice actor for the character, and that kind of kills it for me in a way. Because if you guys remember Siphon Filter, the guy who did the voice for Gabe Logan in the first 3 games. That dude was badass, man. He had a husky voice, man, but it was still like it fit the character. It was great. But once you change that out, man, it just didn't feel the same. So I felt this was the last really good Splinter Cell game, and if you can find this out there at GameStop, it's fairly cheap as well. But another one to look for on your list. I think this is an easy one to get into. It's not as technical as the other games, I would say. This one's more of like if people want to start the series. They could pick up this one, even though the story is already progressed along. But anyways, it gives you a recap. The next game here, I don't think I talked about this in my previous videos, but this is SplatterHouse for the PS3. Now, here's the thing about SplatterHouse. If you can find it on the PS3 at GameStop for right now, it's going for around $15. If you find the Xbox version there, 360 version, it's going for $5. So keep your eye out for that. But what's cool about this game is not only you're playing a reimagination or just a remake of the SplatterHouse series, but you can unlock the original 3 games on here as well. So you're getting 4 games for the price you pay for it. Just to let you guys know, SplatterHouse it starts off a little rough. The first couple levels, it doesn't really give you too much instruction, but as you get past those levels, the game really picks up. But at the same time, even if you don't like the game, you can go back and play the other original games, and that makes the package worth having. So if you see this one out there, definitely pick it up. Good old SplatterHouse. I actually want them to make another remake of it. One is a little bit more really dark, but this one was kind of comical at first, but still it was good. But anyways, SplatterHouse.
Next one here, got this by chance. I forgot this existed, but this is the Fear files from the Fear games. This is an alternate story to Fear 1 of the ending, I believe. And even though it's non-canon now because Fear 2 came out, it's still cool enough to play to kind of see what they were kind of like going with in the series and everything like that. So you guys know I love the Fear games. Some of my favorite first-person shooter games out there. They're actually terrifying, and it's just like really kind of trips you out in a way. You never know what's really real until sometimes it's right in your face in this game. But anyways, if you see this one out there, especially at GameStop, I think this one came around I think it was $5 or $10, probably less than that, but I can't remember. All right. I talked about the sequel in the video, but I didn't talk about this one. This is the first game that kind of started off the series in a way, I guess. This is Sonic Sega AllStars Racing, which is the first game in that series. They actually made the sequel Transform, and then they made the team racing one, which wasn't very good. But this one is a really good one. I like the second one, the best Transform. I talked about that in the previous video, but this one definitely worth getting. You see this one out there. I think Sega has made some of the best kart racing games out there. I mean, seriously, Sega has so many good ideas. I'm happy that they're a third-party publisher now. I mean, even though I liked them when they were a system developer, but man, as a third-party force, man, they really just put it all out there, man. Their products are like just top quality, and I would say this is probably, these type of games are some of the best kart racers out there. So, like I said, if you see it out there, GameStop, pick it up. All right, I picked this one. I put a thing on Twitter where I asked people if I should pick this game up for the price it was going for, which was pretty funny. I've always wanted to play this game, and I've seen it played before, but the cover just looks sick alone. I love the cover for it. This ended up being 99 cents at GameStop, and they're probably all over the place. But if you don't have this one, I think you should pick it up just for the single player play. Battlefield 3 for the PS3. Now, I picked this one up because I like to go through the story mode of these type games. Sometimes they have a really fascinating story, and it's a lot of fun. The multiplayer in this game is still active to this day, which is actually really cool. A lot of people still playing it, so that shows you how much people really like this game. Also, one of the levels in this game, this is a first-person shooter, but there was a level in this game where it's called Going Hunting or something like that, where you fly in the freaking aircraft. Dude, I was like, man, this is insane, man. I was like, man, that was great, dude. So really, that was a really cool part in this game so far. I just got past that level. But anyways, for 99 cents, pick that one up. Also, I kind of got pushed into picking this one up while I was at GameStop. I wasn't going to initially pick it up because my coupon wasn't working, but the lady made an exception, and the $5 coupon went towards this. This is Portal Part 2 for the PS3, also available on 360. Now, I picked this up because I wanted to try something new. I think it's like a puzzle type platformer, I would think. I played the first game briefly, but I thought I'd pick this one up, try something new. You guys know more about this one than I do, so let me know in the comments what I'm getting myself into. It looks weird as hell, so yeah. Portal 2. Next we have here Call of Juarez, Bound in Blood. Is it Bound in Blood? Yeah. This one is pretty cool because it takes place during the war, and these brothers, their home is going to be like pretty much in the middle of the war, so they're trying to go and protect it. And I don't know too much of the story past that. This game used to have a multiplayer aspect on it, but one of the real reasons I picked it up was because Techland, the people who did the Dead Island games, they actually worked on this game, so I like their work, so I wanted to pick this one up. So I haven't played it. Yeah, I actually played the Cartel game, which everybody hates. I don't hate the Cartel game because I think it was cool. It had the co-op in it and everything. And I need to look for that one because I don't think I own it. But if you see this one out there, I mean, if you like spaghetti, well, not spaghetti western, but just whole western format in general, I think this is probably a decent game to pick up for $5. It says $5 on here. Trying to get the camera to focus. You can barely see it, but there it is. Worth $5, right? All right. We're down to my last two. Thank goodness this video is going to be a bit shorter than the other ones because they were too damn long. But anyways, uh-oh. Something came up on my computer. I got to cut that off. Nope. There we go. Sorry about that. I got lucky and got this game a couple days ago. And for $5, it was fantastic. So you might find it at your GameStop for the same price. This is Gunslingers for the Wii, and this is a 4-player co-op rail game, which is cool. So nothing much else to say about it besides that. The Wii is really known to have some really good rail shooter type games. The system is perfect for that. And originally this game came with like a pack of 2 like these guns that you could put your Wii remotes in, and a really nice packaging and everything. But you don't ever see that anymore. But like I said, $5 to pick this game up. I thought that was great. I see most of the time I see it going online for like 30 to 40 bucks. So $5 is great for me. So I guess if you like the footage you're seeing here, nothing much else to say about a rail shooter. The rail shooters are pretty much self-explanatory. I would say they're mostly universal, so most of them are pretty much the same. But a 4-player co-op one is pretty badass. So if you see this one out there for that price, definitely pick it up. And last but not least, I don't think I talked about the first one. I mean, I talked about the PS3 version maybe on the channel before, but Ninja Gaiden Sigma Part 2. But Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox is definitely worth getting. One reason why, I believe it's enhanced to where they actually did an enhancement for it, so it'll play on Xbox One, which I thought was really great. So the game looks even better than it originally did. And this is kind of better than the PS3 version because there's more enemies on the screen and the game is more violent. So I don't know why they toned down the PS3 one, but they did add like new characters in that one that you could use. But still, this one's worth getting. I believe it was like $10.99 or $11.99 at GameStop. So I picked this one up, and once I get my Xbox Series X one day, I'll be able to play these games on that system, and they'll look a lot better, which is great. So Alright guys, so we're going to start this list with Star Trek for the PS3. This is based off the newer movies that came out, and it's a co-op third-person game where you can play as Kirk and Spock. Kimmy almost forgot his name, Spock. You can play co-op online and offline via split screen, which is pretty cool. And it's pretty much an action third-person game where you go over like cool stuff in the movie, lots of explosions, lots of cool areas to explore. I think it's a fun third-person game that people should try out. I know a lot of people, when they see like a movie franchise as a game, they kind of look the other way. But I think this one is actually one that people should check out, especially if it's on the cheap. So remember Star Trek, the movie, the game, check that one out if you have time for it. Next game here, 2 games, but they're the same. This is Darkness and Darkness 2. I've never played these games, and I've heard like a lot of good things about it. Actually, the footage you're seeing here is part 2. I really like that one because it looks like it's cell shaded graphics pretty much. But in the Darkness, you take control of this man who has the darkness, the powers, and he had these tentacles that really tear people up. It's a violent game. I'll say that much. But the story behind it is pretty crazy. I don't want to reveal too much, but it has to do with dealing with ghosts of the past, I would say. That's enough story I could give to you about the game without spoiling a lot of stuff. But it looks like a really cool first-person shooter. So if you see this one, I say you should definitely check it out. You don't really see it that often out there. I mean, I was lucky to find this one, so I was like, damn, let me pick this up. And I got both of them at the same time, thankfully. But anyways, the Darkness for PS3. Next up we have here is the Sky Crawlers for the Wii. This game was made by the creators that made the Ace Combat series. So that's one reason I looked into this. But this is actually a movie, I believe. The Sky Crawlers, Innocent Aces. That's the game, but I don't know what the movie or series is called. But basically, Flight Simulator for the Wii has animated cutscenes that kind of move the story along and everything like that. So I thought it was cool to pick up for $5. I can't say much else about it because I haven't got really far in it. But if you like what you're seeing here, you might want to check this one out, especially if you can find it at GameStop for $5. Alright, so this one I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for, and that's okay. I was really pumped for this game to come out. It finally did come out, and let's just get over with. Alien Colonial Marines. Alright, so I got this game. This game had went through so many changes, like development changes and everything like that. So the game was all over the place. But I was looking forward to it because it was a 4-player co-op game, and you know you can play 4-player co-op with friends online. And yeah, I thought it would be a good experience for us to play it. And for the most part, it kind of was because we were so excited about it. But going back and looking at the game, it has a lot of problems with it. But there are very minimal good things about it, I could say. But yeah, nothing I can remember. I do remember there's some stuff I liked about it, but mostly stuff that they just messed up on. It was all over the place. But if you see it out there and you want to add it to your collection, I mean, why not? You know, it's okay to have some bad games in your collection. I hate to say it's bad, but yeah, I'll let you guys tell me in the comments what you think about it. Is it bad? Is it worth getting? It was only $5, so why not? You know, so this is my second time getting it. I sold my original collector's edition years ago, but when I saw it again, I decided to pick it up because it had the potential to be something really good, especially with the co-op gameplay. You know, dealing with aliens, surprising you. It was pretty scary stuff. But hopefully this next one won't be so much of a dud. So the next one here is Alien vs. Predator on PS3. This one is really cool because there's different campaigns you could play. You could play as the humans, the Alien campaign, and then the Predator campaign. They kind of all intertwine later in the game. But I love how Sega kind of like just wanted to give you that viewpoint from every person, every being in the game, pretty much. So dealing with it when you play as an alien, you can climb all over the walls, do all this crazy stuff, move really extremely fast and everything like that. Predator has an arsenal of weapons, crazy weapons, stealth, and all that stuff. And the humans, you know, got the massive heavy artillery stuff. So first-person shooter. I can't really say much else about it, man. The game really speaks for itself. You know, Sega and Rebellion, man, they really hooked up and did a good job on this one. So if you see this one out there on the cheap, I say you should definitely pick it up. All right, so this next one here, this game is actually really good. I was surprised, but it's good, guys. Just trust me on it. It's 50 Cent, Blood and Sand for the PS3. This game actually used to be co-op online, but they cut the online off, obviously, because no one probably was playing it online. But the game is actually really good. Third-person shooter where you play as 50 Cent. He goes to Afghanistan and with the G unit, and he's trying to get back this Ruby, I think it was the story. I have to go back and play it again. But the gameplay was actually pretty cool. And then you got the soundtrack of 50 Cent in there and everything like that. So if you into that, it's definitely something up your alley. I think maybe a lot of people look past this because they rapper shooting guns and stuff like that. Maybe they didn't like it or whatever. But it's actually a really solid game. So unfortunately, the co-op is not active anymore. But oh, look at this. It says right here, 18 exclusive new tracks to this game. So you get 18 new tracks by 50 Cent and the G unit on this game only. So that's pretty cool. I've talked about this one on the channel quite a few times, but if you ever see this at GameStop, it's a must pick up. This is Dragon Age Origins Awakening, and you can say Dragon Age 2 as well. The reason I picked this game up originally was because I saw the Sacred Tears trailer or whatever it was called. It was when they were going on that mountain and everything like that, and I saw that trailer. I thought the game was going to look like that. Obviously, it didn't look like that, so I was a sucker when I bought it. But I still did enjoy the game for what it was. It's an amazing game, and this package right here gives you like the best of the first game. All DLC on the disc, pretty much. It's just right up your alley. Yeah, what else can I say? I can't say anything else. I mean, I can't say anything bad about this game. It's on point, even though that trailer really tricked me. But Dragon Age Origins, a really solid game you can get on the cheap at GameStop if you can find it, or anywhere else. All right, so this next one here is a must-have. You have to own this in your collection. This is House of the Dead Overkill for the PS3. Man, House of the Dead, man, you gotta admit, those are some really good rail shooter games. I mean, Sega knocked it out of the park with those games. And this one, I mean, even though it's like their last one, they haven't made a new House of the Dead game since this one. It's amazing. It has that grindhouse feel to it, like, you know, the way the movie shows, lots of cursing, lots of weirdness in it. It's all over the place. But you can actually use the Move controller as a gun for this one as well. Or do they only recommend the Move controller? Yeah, Move compatible, and yeah, I guess that's the only gun you could use on it. But either way, 2-player co-op. Game is high production values, I would say. So definitely, I would say put this in one of your collection. All right, so here we are. I don't think I talked about this one before in the videos. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but if I did, I'm sorry. But here it is again if I did. Metal Gear Rising on PS3. Metal Gear Rising is an amazing game. I mean, the production values in this that they put into this game were like it's like pretty much like a summer blockbuster video game. You know how they had the summer blockbuster movies, like they're like have all that budget and everything like that. That's what this game feels like for video games. A lot of fun. The whole cyborg and slowing things down and cutting things up. I mean, the cutting mechanic in this game is just outstanding. Like you could just cut everything up into pieces. It's insane. It has fantastic boss battles. It's man, I can't say enough good things about this game. Lots of story dialogue. The boss fights. My favorite boss fight is when you fight Sundowner. I think that one's is really good. But it just has a lot of good stuff in this game. So this one usually goes for around $5 if you can find it at GameStop, and other places are still cheap too. But you see this one, grab it. All right, so this one is on multiple systems, but I feel like the PS3 version is going to be the obscure one in the future that people are looking for. Like, oh, this was on PS3. I want it on PS3. This is Odin Sphere for the PS3, and basically it's identical with the PS4 and even probably the Vita versions when it comes to like what they changed from the PS2 version. It's an action RPG, lots of good dialogue. The story is just really good. Like this is the first game I ever played where every character actually spoke with voice dialogue. Like even NPCs have voice and everything, so it's really good. But this one wasn't really promoted well. The PS3 version at least. But if you find this at GameStop, I would say definitely pick it up. I mean, I can't say enough good things about Odin Sphere. I mean, the game is amazing. The multiple endings it has, and this is one of those games you're gonna want to get the best ending in, because you get any other ending besides the best ending, you're gonna be sad. But another good thing about this game is that it has a cloud. So if you ever play on another system, you can transfer your save to the cloud, and you can download that save on this one and continue where you left off pretty much. So say that you were playing the Vita version or whatever like that. You say, oh, I want to play on the TV. Boom. Upload your save, download to your PS3 one, boom. You start off where you were at. So it's really cool. But this one at GameStop is very rare to find. But if you can find it there, pick it up. On the cheap, of course. Alright, so this next game I'm going to get heckled for, but I grabbed it because of survival horror. I avoided this game for years, but here it is. The Walking Dead Survival Instinct for PS3. Look, man, the Walking Dead series is a pretty bleak universe. It always has been. I don't know where you're going with it. I mean, they don't really tell you where the virus came from, at least from what I know of. And it's just people just fighting each other. It's just like how things are today, pretty much. So it's like, man, what the hell? You're just dealing with zombies now. You play as Daryl, the bow, and everything like that, and this is his origin story pretty much, and what happens to his family, how they get split up, and how he travels across town, picking up people and then dropping people off because you don't have room. It's just you're trying to fuel up and keep going across to certain parts of town, like to certain areas to escape the zombie infection outbreak, I would say. But the game is first person, but it's got some problems with it, guys. I mean, I gotta admit, I just picked it up just for the survival horror. I mean, you can still enjoy a bad game, but yeah, it's not gonna. I can't recommend you go out and buy it. It's pretty much what I'm trying to say. You know, I would hate, but it was $5 though. I'll say that. So you got $5 to spend, and you don't care what you spend on, you can pick this one up. So Walking Dead Survival Instinct. Ugh. All right. Last one here. If you find this at GameStop, it goes for $3 last I looked. This is Rodea the Sky Soldier for the Wii. This was going to be released for the Wii back in I want to say 2011, but they, for whatever reason, they canceled it, and they re-brought it out with the Wii U, and the Wii U version came with the Wii version in some boxes. But GameStop actually, if you traded in at GameStop, they would split them up into their own games. So I think this one costs like $3, and then the other one costs $11 used if you pick it up at GameStop. I picked this one up, and this is the version to play of the game. The Wii version is how it was meant to be played on, not the 3DS or the freaking Wii U, man. The Wii U, they have weird controls. This one uses the motion controls like the game was meant to use, and it's really cool. So pretty much I would call this like, it reminds me of Nights into Dreams, but like a different version of it. You know, how you point your click the Wii remote and you point where the Sky Soldier goes. Pretty much, it's pretty cool. But anyway, I can't really explain too much. If you like what you're seeing here, it might be definitely something you want to pick up. But Alright guys, so first game here, went to GameStop. They had Final Fantasy 13 Part 2. Now, I played halfway through the first one. I kind of tricked myself into not liking it because it wasn't really open world, but it was actually a pretty good game, and it was getting better as the story went on, but I kind of fell off from it. So now I kind of want to get into these other ones because I plan on going back and finishing the game. What's funny is I have the Xbox 360 version now, and I'm playing that version. But I just looked at the gameplay, looked at the graphics and everything like that, and I know Square Enix has that crazy, like, well, they have those crazy, like, cinematics pretty much and everything like that. But I think if I open up myself to it, it'll be something I'll enjoy. So just to let you guys know, there's 3 games in the 13 series. I think the last one's called Lightning Returns, but I hear this is the best one. So I look forward to getting to this one pretty soon. So let me know what you guys think of that one. This was more of the fanboy in me. I picked this one up. I know I heard people say a lot of bad things about it, but you know, it is a 4-player beat 'em up or 3-player beat 'em up. Let's see, yeah, 3-player beat 'em up. This is a Young Justice legacy for the PS3. I watched the series. I finished season 3 pretty much, and season 4 is going to be I think on HBO. I love the series, and it really opened me up to the game. Yeah, it has its problems, but still, it's playable. I mean, make sure you download a patch for it though, because there are some bugs that'll make the game crash. But other than that, I see what they were trying to do with this game. It's like its own episode pretty much, so it's not like off any other episode from the series. So that's kind of like unique and everything. It's not the best game, but still, if you're a Young Justice fan, I almost said Justice League, you might want to pick this one up. Next one here. This is Batman, the Brave and the Bold. I've had this one for a while. I picked this up from GameStop, and I always see it at my local GameStops all the time. And this is one I wanted to mention in the video to pick up. This is an adventure beat 'em up, and I just got through watching the Harley Quinn cartoon that came out, and it's very similar to this one in comedic ways, I would say. But I feel bad because I never really watched this series because I thought it was too silly. You know, I mean, just by looking at it, I thought I was more of a serious like Justice League fan or Batman fan, and I just never wanted to take this one seriously. But after watching Harley Quinn, I got to go back and watch these, and it just wouldn't make any sense. So let me know what you think about this game. If you want to get more pumped up for it, this game was made by Way Forward, so they make a lot of really good games. So this is definitely one to check out, and I think it's available for the DS too, but I don't have that version. But they're probably kind of, well, no, they can't say they're the same. DS is underpowered system. But anyways, check that one out. Next one here, Anarchy Reigns. This is I want to say, it's a spiritual sequel to Mad World for the Wii. If anybody remembers that game, they probably don't. But Platinum Games made this game. They pretty much didn't know what they wanted to do with it, but I thought it was fun. It's a beat 'em up. I think it was more meant for a multiplayer beat 'em up, and where you could like play with a whole bunch of people or whatever, or in arenas or whatnot. A lot of hazards go on and get all these crazy weapons and just beat people down. It's just, there's not much with the story, but some of the parts in this game are funny. There's this guy named the Baron in the game. When I saw the Baron like talk in this game, that was it for me. I said I had to pick this game up. It's pretty funny.
Oh no, you didn't! Ooh, this shit's going down right now, motherfucker! Cause baby, the Baron's got motherfucking standards. You understand me?
You aren't going limp on me, are you, Baron? But hey, it's cool. If you can't get it up, I'll just find someone who can.
Bitch, I get it up. I take it higher. Then I raise the motherfucking roof.
Pick this game up. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Anarchy Reigns is a cheap game. I mean, this game lives and dies on the PS3 and 360. So let me know what you guys think about this one. If any of you enjoyed it, because I hear a lot of people are really mixed about it. But I don't know. It's just I I don't know, you just don't see too many games like this made anymore. So with the carefree attitude, what they wanted to do is they were trying to do something, they weren't able to put it out, but hey, it is what it is. Now here is a split second. Jason has been telling me to get this game for years, and I thought I had it, but I actually had it on the PSP. So I saw this when I picked up Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, and this was like $3, and I said, why not? You know, I like a crazy racing game. I don't know if it's on the level of Burnout or anything like that, but you know, when these games came out, I remember a lot of people talking about them, like saying they were pretty good games. And Jason, the big racing fan he is, if he gave it the thumbs up, man, I'm definitely gonna check it out. So, split second on the PS3 and 360. All right, so next up here, Power Punch. Now, Power Punch is a game where it's a cool boxing game. It reminds me of Ring King, if anybody remembers that game from back in the day. But what's cool about this game is that it goes into this cinematic mode when you're about to get that power punch on. So it's really like an arcade boxing game, not too serious or anything like that. Just a lot of fun. I never hear people talk about this game, and I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if people think it sucks or whatnot, but you know, you find this at GameStop, it's under like $5 and whatnot. So let me know what you think of Power Punch. I mean, I am a boxing. Well, I can't say I'm a boxing fan like I used to be. Boxing's not the same as it was, but I think this is a decent game. So let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. And last but not least, I always see this at GameStop. This is Sonic Colors. If you haven't picked up Sonic Colors yet, it's one of the coolest Sonic games out there. I mean, when we were going through that mess with Sonic games like Sonic Unleashed, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, you know, this was a breath of fresh air, and it was only on the Wii, and it came out on the DS as well. I forgot about that version, but the Wii version is really awesome. I mean, this is what a true sequel to a Sonic game should have been. But a lot of people don't talk about this game. You don't really, just kind of like, I don't want to say it's like unknown, but it kind of feels that way. You know, more people know about Sonic 2006 than this game. But you see this at GameStop, you could probably get it for like $10 and everything like that. So check this one out.